Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over a couple of more features of the new Ultima Online Sagas shard coming out fourth quarter this year. So I know the last video we touched base on a couple of the things coming out, and I got some interesting comments on there, one of which was obviously, oh, just another PvP server where they're going to pick on the PvMers, blah, 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 blah. Man, Ultima Online has always been PvP oriented. It started with PvP. It ended with PvP. Now, granted, in between there, you did have some servers that bring out the Trammel, and you've got some PvE servers that are free shards out there that you're more than welcome to go to and have a great time on those servers. But the majority of people that have played Ultima Online and are coming back for that nostalgic value. Now, I'm not saying that they're necessarily only interested in PvP, but that PvP aspect of the game definitely has that nostalgic feel to it that people really identify with Ultima Online. So granted, I know it's not going to be for everybody, but I really think that the PvP specifically on this server is going to be much different than what you're seeing on a lot of the free shards out there that are mainly script based. For example, Sagas is going to have a very specific assistant on it that's going to be outside of the scheme of things like Razor. So they're going to be able to control whether or not PvPers or PKs, you want to call them, are going to be able to run scripts like chain casting for their spells, and of course the potion scripts where they can just click one button and they're going to follow you all over the map throwing explode potions at you, things like that. They're not going to allow that. So there are some servers out there that I'm not going to name any names that are known for the PvP only being script PvP, where you'll have a bunch of people walk into an area, and at that point you've got nothing but clicking one button to engage a script, and then bam, 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 they're either throwing pots at you, auto casting all these different chained up spells. And of course, at that point, even if you can get the go ahead on them because you got a couple more people, then they're automatically healing, they're automatically doing heal pots, they're automatically doing all different things to be able to get out of that situation. It's not PvP anymore. It's not skill-based PvP, at least. It's just going to be whoever has the Python skills to be able to script up the best script. So they're not going to allow that here. They're going to be very specific on what you can use in and out of PvP. So even if you are against the traditional PvP that you're seeing nowadays, where everything is just script based, I do think you should give it a try before you just completely chastise PvP, because I do know that obviously it has gotten a little out of control with scripting out there. But I definitely think you should give it a try here. But let's move on to what I wanted to talk about last time, which was houses. And this is really cool. So as you can see here, you've got different values, and you're going to see 3 different stages, and I will explain that here in just a second. But your first stage for a smaller house, you're going to be looking at about 100 grand, all the way up to some of the tradesman manor, which, oh my god, I love the way this thing looks. You're looking at total cost, right at 7 million to get up to stage 3. So we'll go ahead and click on some of these. So the small brick house, you're going to be able to see very, very similar to what you see in the traditional, small houses. Now, whenever you upgrade this to stage 2, you just get an additional second floor. And of course, when you upgrade to stage 3, you'll get the additional third floor. So by doing this, not only do you increase your lockdowns, obviously your secures, but also the amount of vendors you can have. And it will actually increase the price as you go. So one thing that I really like on this is you can actually change whether or not it's facing east or south. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but it really is when it comes down to customizing and wanting your home to look the way you want your home to look. So this is just one of your basic homes. Now we'll go ahead and move towards looking, let's just say the Hunter's Lodge here. Really nice looking little home. Got a little kind of a porch area going into it. And then of course at this point, whenever you're upgrading it, you've got all the way up to stage 3, where at the top it really has that hunter's look to it. And of course, obviously this one's going to be a little bit more than the standard home, but as you can see, vendors stays at 4, but lockdowns go up tremendously to 1125, and of course secures 9. So whenever you're looking at my favorite, which is going to be the tradesman manor, this thing looks fantastic. Awesome look right here. You've got your gated courtyard. And let's see here, we'll get over to the stage 2. This is going to be upgraded right here to where you've got your balcony as well. And then stage 3 comes together where you've got your balcony here, over here, and of course you've got your roof as well. This thing just looks awesome. This would definitely be my go-to. I absolutely love this. Like I said, I haven't seen one in any game that I like more than this one, because it doesn't have to be a castle, in my opinion, to be awesome and have all the space that you would need. So lockdowns 4250, secures 34, vendors of course still 4. But as you can see, this one's going to be a little more hefty, so this is definitely going to be one that you're going to be saving up for. But all good things come to those that wait, right? So awesome home. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing, which was going to be lockpicking. So before we get started, we're going to go ahead and play the actual video here. This comes directly from uosagas.com. Now, I don't know if that's going to be every single chest that's going to have that much crazy loot in it. It didn't really give any value, so I don't know if those gold piles were 5 or if they were 500 apiece. Who knows? We'll get into that whenever I actually do the actual gameplay testing. But what I will say is that puts a whole nother level of the difficulty and the fun in dungeon, chest, going after the treasure chest and things like that in dungeons. So really looking forward to that. Gives a whole nother style of gameplay to that. You got your stealth. It looked like he detected hidden to even find the chest itself. Really cool. And then of course he set off traps on it as he failed the different lockpick triggers on all 4 different pins. It looked like there was a 5th pin that was broken, so I'm thinking that as you go up from that, looked like it was a bronze chest. I'm sure that there are higher ones than that, so it could be all 5 pins. You got to get them in a certain order in order to open them up. So as you saw in that chest, you had a tremendous amount of resources for gathering. You had a lot of gold, different kinds of things like that. So I'm sure that it's all going to be RNG, of course, but it looked like there's going to be some serious motivation to get into treasure hunting with this new system. So really excited for that. This looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to try out. As you can see, this one looks like it's only got 3 of them, which obviously would be much easier to do with 2 of these that do look like they are not active at the time. So this is going to be extremely fun. It's going to add a whole other element to obviously lockpicking and doing treasure chests. One of the things that I really like about this is, from what I can tell so far, unless anything's changed, like I said, this is early access, so they are still doing a lot of development. But as of right now, you would have to have a whole character set up for this. So I mean, if you want to go treasure hunting, you're going to have mining in order to dig up the treasure chest. You're going to have hiding, stealth, detect hidden, lock picking, remove trap, all these different things that are going to be built into one character to only solely do this. So it really brings back the feel of having one specific character that is trained to purpose, which I absolutely love that. You're not, you know, blasted with all of these different skills that you get. Like every single character can basically be the same thing other than a couple of different specific skill points that you have, because all the skills, everyone can get them. So there's nothing special about being able to hide if every single person in the game can hide. So I really, really like that you're able to do that. It's very purpose built for that character itself when it comes down to things like treasure hunting and crafting and things like that. So moving on to the next. This is going to be a really, really quick overview because we are going to get way more into this whenever I get into the actual game itself. But these are going to be the skill masteries. And this is going to be everything from swordsmanship, taming, fencing, alchemy, all kinds of different things that are going to go into the skill masteries, and we're going to go over those real quick. So meditation, eval, intelligence, inscription, alchemy, poisoning, swordsmanship, fencing, macing, archery, parry, resist spells, stealth, musicianship, and taming. Both of these things are not yet implemented. Obviously, they're going to be in the future. And I don't know if we went over this or not last video, but the taming will be, like as far as the taming pets like that, you will have the Evo option of cracking your own dragon egg and spending the time and effort and blood and sweat and everything it takes to grow that into the monster pet you're going to have at the end. So what we're going to do here is we'll just go ahead and click on poisoning. And toxicity surge, stultifying poison, poisonous doom, and noxious cloud. So increases the damage of poison ticks by 10% per level. Chance to temperate, decrease the target's movement speed on poison infliction by 5% per level and duration of 90 seconds. And then of course template bonuses, increase damage when target is poisoned by 10% per level. And noxious cloud poisons all creatures in a 6-tile radius around the player, although also those that have a general poison immunity. So being able to poison things that are generally immune to poison is pretty awesome. The poison type depends on the player's poisoning skill, till 90 is greater, 100 deadly, and 120 lethal. So as you can see here, very cool mastery system. It does remind me in a way of the actual stuff that they've got on the Outland server. So I know that's a very, very popular server, and I know that a lot of people have really enjoyed the masteries over there. But a lot of the, you know, UO servers that are out there don't have anything like this that they've put the time and effort into to be able to customize. So I really think that this is going to be awesome and give players a little bit different towards what they're going for, other than just the basic, hey, let's get swords to 120, let's get parry to 120, and then we'll just, you know, keyboard roll the rest of the way there by doing the same thing over and over again. So as you can see here, this is just going to be a skill mastery screen. I'm going to show what differences you have here active. You can do all of them. Apparently you can only have 2 active at a time. Of course, that's good. You don't want everything active all the time anyway. So, and of course, the next thing we're going to go over is something that I think is very important, because someone in the comments was like, if you can get crazy items that are going to affect PvP, then you can count me out for sure. 100% agree with that. Would not want some crazy item that gave 100% extra damage to humanoids, all sort of stuff, to be able to use in PvP. So you're not going to see that, which is good. Obviously, I think that would make PvP incredibly unbalanced. But what you will see is Grimoires. Now, these are going to be for PvP or PvM purposes. But as you can see here, bonus effects of Grimoires only apply during PvM encounters and do not affect spell damage in PvP situations. So you're not going to have the issue of having to worry about people using their crazy PvM weapons in a PvP situation. So no worries there. PvP will remain balanced. And again, we are doing the alpha testing again in June to be able to ensure as well that, you know, things are going in a more balanced nature. If there's anything broken or unbalanced, it can be, you know, redetermined, refigured, and of course calculated at that point. So again, this is the video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. Like I said, I don't think we're going to be doing much more of these just based off the wiki. We're going to be diving into the game. I want to show you guys the cities, some of the dungeons that are available, and I definitely want to break into the masteries and how they work on an actual player character. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please give me a subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next videos. Have a great day.